Hello friends, hope you all safe and enjoying your family at your home. But this is a very crucial time to you all as well. Friends, particularly the students, those who are appearing for SSC board exam this year, this is a very important time to them all as well. Because in spite of all these things, you have to concentrate your studies as well. And to fulfill this need, we started a series of the geography for 10th standard. Friends, this is a very important that utilize this time for your studies as well. And without wasting more time, we are just going to begin our academics from today onwards. A series of video is coming as per the topic of geography for 10th standard. So, friends, if you're talking about geography, it comes from six standards onwards. Geography is a separate subject of a SST group. And from sixth standard onwards, we know a lot of variations, various parts of geography we study already. Particularly observations, classifications, differentiation, comparisons, graph, diagrams, map reading, evaluation, analysis, and so many critical thinking as well. And from this year, geography is a book or geography is a content in which we are going to compare all these things, what you learn, what you get for last so many years, and your knowledge is been underlined this year. And so far that SSC board is decided this year you all study with the reference of two countries, and we are going to compare these two countries in various geographical aspects. Particularly when we want to study uh, geographical knowledge is very important for applying that concepts or what we learned for last 4 5 years, what you learn and how can you applying that knowledge in the geographical thoughts, how can you convert your knowledge into geographical thoughts. And so far that SSC board decided to compare all these two countries, their geographical we are going to analyze their geographical aspects in these entire syllabus as well. So as you open the geography textbook of 10th standard, you may find that the entire syllabus is comparing various things of the two countries. And these two countries are obviously India is first and the another is Brazil. Brazil and India, these two are a very important countries today. The entire situation and entire scenario, why these two countries we selected for comparing the geographical aspects, why you select these two countries to analyze these countries' geographical aspects that we are going to study in this entire syllabus. So, basically, when we're talking about geography, geography is nothing but comparison, how human beings overcome their problem, how human beings utilize their natural resources. But doing so, many time we use our resources extra, and because of that, this over exploitation of the resources create a lot of problems as well. And how can we overcome from these problems as well, and this is a very important thing. And so my friends, this entire year we are going to compare how India and Brazil, they are developing themselves, they giving ideal situations to the world as well, and what is their actual problems they are facing today. That all we are going to discuss particularly in various aspects of geography. So without wasting another times, let us concentrate towards the second topic of geography. You may refer the textbook. As you open the textbook on page number 9, we see the second topic of the geography, and that is the location and extent. My friends, location and extent is a very important part of geographical studies. How to locate, how to study. Basically, geography is a study of a particular place, region, country, continent. But before studying that region, the most important thing that we must know that the location of that particular area or the region. And in geography, how can we locate that particular place? When you see the location and extent, before that, it is very important to know about a brief history of India and Brazil. India, obviously, India is our country. We know a lot of things of our country. Basically, if we wanted to talk about India, India is the largest populated, second largest populated country in the world. This second largest populated country of the world is very famous for two things. In modern day today, we know that India is very famous for spices because the spices which is produced from India is imported all over, exported all over the world, and that spices make a face of India. That is the country of spices. And the another that we all know that we are the lover of cricket. Cricket is a religion here in India, and that is also one of the identity of India in a modern day. These three things, second largest populated country in the world, are very important for the spices and the cricket lover country. As these three things, if we compare with Brazil, then we come to know that Brazil is very famous for its traditional dance samba. As you open any video of the Brazil, you may find the samba dance, because that is a very important part of a Brazilian culture as well. Then the second important thing of the Brazil, that is, it is also known as a coffee pot of the world. More than 20% of a high quality coffee is being produced in Brazil. And that is why Brazil is also known as a coffee pot of the world as well. And we all know that the passion of Brazilian towards the football. Football is a very important game here in Brazil, and we all know that Brazilian people, they are very uh, football lover. Now, these three things gives us an idea of the country. If we compare these two countries, India and Brazil, as we take the name of Brazil, it is a coffee pot. It is a very popular for football craze, and then the another one is the Brazilian green forest. Brazilian green forest is also known as the lungs of the world, and that is why this country is very important. If now why we decided compare India with Brazil, because there are some similarities and some dissimilarities as well in these both countries. And that is why we decided to compare some similarities and compare some dissimilarities as well. And that is the main motto to take Brazil to compare with India. Now, let us see one by